If you're over 60 and still following the same eating habits you had when you were younger, particularly regarding the familiar meats on your daily plate, you're not alone. Many older adults believe that simply eating less meat, opting for lean cuts, or avoiding fat is enough to stay healthy. However, modern science shows that some meats, which seem perfectly healthy, may actually be quietly affecting your heart, memory, and recovery abilities after 60. I understand that after retirement, everyone hopes to stay healthy and sharp to fully enjoy their golden years with family. But have you considered that your daily meals, like a cold-cut sandwich for lunch, roasted chicken for dinner, or a few slices of sausage for a quick breakfast, might be impacting your health without you noticing? Many people over 60 start experiencing issues like unexplained high blood pressure, persistent fatigue, memory decline, joint pain, or unexpected results in routine health checkups. While most people attribute these to aging, some realize that a significant part of the problem comes from the food they consume daily. In this video, we'll explore a list of the 4 most harmful types of meat that people over 60 should avoid, ranked from least to most harmful, followed by 4 types of meat you should eat more often because they help boost memory, reduce inflammation, rebuild muscle strength, and enhance overall health. All of this is supported by the latest scientific research, reliable data, and real-life stories. If you've always believed that meat is a safe source of protein, this video might just change your perspective. Before we begin, I have a question for you. What type of meat do you eat the most each week? Share it in the comments below. We read and thoughtfully respond to each one. After 60, our bodies enter a new stage where everything from metabolism and immune function to recovery slows down. At this point, eating isn't just about taste or getting enough nutrients. It becomes a tool to maintain health, prevent disease, and help the body function optimally. Did you know that after age 60, the digestive system starts producing less stomach acid, which significantly reduces the body's ability to absorb key nutrients from meat like vitamin B12, zinc, and iron? This is why many older adults feel tired, look pale, experience hair thinning, or recover more slowly from even minor illnesses, despite eating full meals. Moreover, today's meat, especially processed or industrially produced meats, is not as clean as the chickens and pigs our grandparents raised. These products often contain additives, antibiotics, preservatives, and even residual growth hormones. With the immune system weakening with age, older adults become more sensitive and vulnerable to inflammation. Gut disorders and metabolic issues are common concerns. In addition, chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, osteoporosis, and kidney disease often begin or worsen after the age of 60. These illnesses are closely linked to unhealthy fats, salt, nitrates, and oxidants found in many common meats we consume daily. A 2021 study by the National Institute of Nutrition revealed that seniors who ate processed meat more than 3 times a week had a 21% higher risk of cardiovascular complications and a 17% increased risk of kidney failure. The issue isn't that eating meat is inherently bad, but rather eating the wrong kind in the wrong way. When chosen wisely, meat can be an excellent source of protein and micronutrients that help maintain muscle, enhance memory, and slow aging. However, if chosen poorly, it can lead to chronic inflammation, memory loss, and accelerated health decline. Updating your knowledge about good and bad meats after 60 isn't just important, it's a practical step to protect your health and ensure each day is fulfilling with your loved ones. Let's begin with the 4th most concerning type of meat for those over 60, processed pork sausage. Here, we'll explore why processed pork sausage is considered a significant health risk for seniors. In the U.S., pork sausage is often seen as a convenient breakfast option. It's easily found in breakfast sandwiches at fast food chains, hotel buffets, or simply in the frozen aisle at grocery stores. However, for older adults, especially those over 60, this type of meat poses a serious health threat that often goes unnoticed. The danger doesn't come from plain pork itself, but from the industrial processing it undergoes. Most pork sausages in the U.S. contain sodium nitrite and sodium nitrate, common preservatives used to maintain color and extend shelf life. When cooked at high temperatures like frying or grilling, these substances can turn into nitrosamines, compounds classified by the World Health Organization as potentially carcinogenic to humans. A 2022 study published in BMC Medicine followed over 18,000 Americans aged 60 and older for nearly a decade and found that consuming processed sausage just twice a week increased the risk of colon cancer by 22% and kidney disease by 16%. This is in addition to the heightened risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and heart disease due to high levels of salt and saturated fat. Take, for example, Mr. John Daw from Texas. He used to enjoy sausage egg muffins every morning. After several years, he began experiencing swelling in his legs, uncontrolled high blood pressure, and constant fatigue. A doctor's visit revealed the early stages of kidney disease and dangerously high levels of bad cholesterol. After changing his diet and completely cutting out processed sausage, his health significantly improved in just 4 months. Beyond chemical risks, pork sausage is harmful because it's high in saturated fat, which raises LDL cholesterol, a main factor behind atherosclerosis and stroke, especially for those with a history of diabetes, hypertension, or heart disease. Sausage acts like a slow-burning fuse inside the body. If you enjoy the savory, rich flavor and convenience of sausage, there are healthier alternatives. Look for nitrate-free versions made from organic chicken or turkey without artificial preservatives. Another option is to make your own sausage at home by mixing lean ground meat with natural spices like pepper, garlic, fennel seeds, and a pinch of pink salt. It's tasty and far safer. Remember, after 60, your body no longer has the same ability to tolerate invisible threats like the chemicals and additives found in industrial sausage. The choices you make today will determine whether you live your later years in good health or dependent on medications. Next, we look at a type of meat that seems light and convenient: cold cuts, deli meats, Vietnamese pork rolls, and ham. In reality, though, they are among the most silent risks for older adults. In the USC, cold cuts are a popular choice for quick meals, from lunchtime sandwiches to light home lunches or picnic box meals. Slices of ham, roast beef, pre-sliced turkey, all neatly packaged, kept chilled, and appearing safe and low in fat. But if you're over 60 and regularly eating these meats, you need to know that this is one of the most quietly harmful food groups for seniors' health in America. The main reason is ultra-processing to maintain color, flavor, and long shelf life. Manufacturers add a cocktail of additives, high levels of refined salt, sugar, colorants, moisture retainers, and especially sodium nitrite, a preservative that keeps meat looking pink and inhibits bacterial growth. But when sodium nitrite mixes with the proteins in meat and passes through the stomach, it can form nitrosamines known as carcinogens. A large 2020 study published in the International Journal of Epidemiology tracked over 40,000 Americans aged 60 and older. It found that those who consumed cold cuts 4 times a week or more had a 24% higher risk of heart failure and a 19% increased risk of early death compared to those who ate little or none. Even more concerning, most people in this group had no idea cold cuts were this harmful because, well, they're not even fried. Cold cuts are also major culprits behind water retention, high blood pressure, and kidney damage due to their high salt content. On average, a serving of ham 2 to 3 slices can contain 700 to 1,000 mg of sodium, nearly half of the recommended daily limit for older adults. For those with high blood pressure, diabetes, or who are on diuretics, eating deli meat regularly can lead to persistent bloating, fatigue, headaches, and dizziness. Additionally, many cold cuts contain inorganic phosphate, a preservative that helps meat retain moisture and stay fresh longer. Unlike natural phosphate, inorganic phosphate is absorbed more easily and can disrupt calcium-phosphorus metabolism, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and chronic kidney disease. This is particularly concerning for older individuals. Take the example of Mrs. Linda Tischer from California. She used to have a ham and cheese sandwich every day, thinking it was a light meal with good protein. However, after a few years, she developed unexplained high blood pressure and was diagnosed with declining kidney function. When her doctor examined her diet, cold cuts turned out to be a significant factor. After switching to steamed chicken and fresh grilled fish, her health gradually improved. The solution isn't to remove meat entirely from your diet, but to replace processed cold cuts with fresh home-cooked meat. For instance, boil a local chicken breast, let it cool, and slice it thin for sandwiches, or roast your own beef and store it in the fridge without the need for preservatives. If you must buy ready-made products, always choose those labeled nitrate-free or uncured, and read the ingredient list carefully. Remember, convenience doesn't always equal healthiness, especially for a body that's silently aging after the age of 60. Next, let's talk about another common temptation: fried chicken. It's a favorite not just at fast food joints, but also on many family dinner tables. Yet, behind its crispy, savory appeal lies a host of hidden dangers for older adults. Fried chicken, especially the American-style deep-fried kind, is familiar to anyone living in the U.S. From fast food chains to homemade recipes, it offers a crispy, flavorful bite that's hard to resist. However, after the age of 60, every piece of fried chicken you eat could be pushing you closer to a stroke, high blood pressure, joint inflammation, or even memory decline. The issue isn't the chicken itself, it's how it's prepared. First, the chicken is coated in refined white flour, often with added sugar and salt, then deep-fried in oil at very high temperatures. The frying oil, typically soybean or corn oil, used in fast food restaurants, is extremely high in omega-6 fats. When oxidized, these fats produce inflammatory compounds that directly damage blood vessels, joints, and skin. A large-scale 2020 study published in BMJ followed more than 107,000 American women for over 20 years and found alarming results. Those who ate fried chicken at least once a week had a 13% higher risk of early death and a 12% higher risk of dying from heart disease compared to those who ate it rarely or not at all. The risks are even more evident for people over 60 who are already more susceptible due to existing health conditions. Furthermore, high-heat frying leads to the formation of acrylamide and advanced glycation end products, AGEs, harmful substances that increase free radical production and damage collagen in the skin, blood vessels, and joints. This is why older adults who often consume fried foods may experience joint pain, dry and wrinkled skin, and slower recovery from injuries. Imagine a typical meal for an older Vietnamese American. A combo from a fast food restaurant featuring 2 pieces of crispy chicken, fries, and a soda. This single meal can contain nearly 1,200 calories, 0,000 milligrams of sodium, and twice the recommended limit of saturated fat. Generally, older adults require about 1,800 to 2,000 calories per day and should keep sodium intake below 500 milligrams to support heart and kidney health. Miss Mary Lou Shaliu from Georgia shared that she used to enjoy fried chicken with her grandkids every weekend as a bonding activity. However, after 6 months, she gained weight quickly, experienced swelling in her legs, constant fatigue, and erratic blood pressure. Her nutritionist identified her regular fast food fried chicken habit as the main issue. After transitioning to grilled chicken and leafy greens, her blood pressure and energy levels significantly improved within just 2 months. If you still long for that crispy texture and flavor, try oven baking or using an air fryer instead. Season with spices like garlic, pepper, paprika, and a touch of olive oil to achieve rich flavor without harmful byproducts. Opt for local or organic chicken raised without hormones or antibiotics to avoid additional toxins from the source. In short, after 60, fried chicken is more than just a tasty treat. It's a health consideration. Every bite could affect your heart, memory, and longevity. In the next section, we'll reveal a surprising fact: why industrial chicken breast, often deemed healthy, has become the most dangerous meat for older adults. If you ask 10 seniors in the U.S. what they consider the healthiest meat, at least 7 or 8 will likely say skinless chicken breast. It appears in diet meals, hospital trays, weight loss programs, and even in doctors' recommendations. However, the truth is, after age 60, regularly eating industrial skinless chicken breasts may be more harmful than you realize. Most chicken breast sold in major U.S. supermarkets comes from industrial farms. These chickens are fed diets containing genetically modified corn and soy and are routinely given antibiotics and growth hormones. A 2021 report by Consumer Reports found that over 60% of industrial chicken breasts in the U.S. contain antibiotic-resistant bacteria, posing a serious risk for older adults with weakened immune systems. Eating this type of meat over the long term can disrupt gut microbiota, reduce nutrient absorption, and increase the risk of chronic inflammation, which is a contributing factor to heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. While skinless chicken breast is often praised for being low in fat, this can actually lead to deficiencies in important fat-soluble vitamins like D, E, and K2, which are essential for maintaining strong bones, a sharp mind, and a resilient immune system. When older adults pair chicken breast with white rice, bread, or potatoes, the absence of fat can slow nutrient absorption and cause blood sugar spikes, resulting in energy crashes, midday fatigue, and unhealthy food cravings. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2018 found that seniors who consumed skinless chicken breasts more than 5 times a week experienced up to a 16% higher rate of muscle loss and weakness compared to those who ate a variety of protein sources. The issue isn't just low-fat content, it's also the lack of vital nutrients like zinc, collagen, and B12 in factory-farmed chicken breast, all crucial for maintaining muscle, bone, and memory health. Take, for example, Mr. Harold Taichi from Washington State. He followed a strict healthy routine: oatmeal for breakfast, salad with skinless chicken breast for lunch, and brown rice with chicken breast for dinner. Over time, he noticed dry skin, easy bruising, forgetfulness, and muscle loss in his arms and legs. After consulting a nutritionist, he switched to organic chicken with skin and incorporated fish and clean red meat into his diet, seeing noticeable improvements in his health and memory within just 3 months. So, what's the solution? It's not about cutting out chicken breast completely, but choosing naturally raised options, such as pasture-raised or organic, free of hormones and antibiotics. Enjoy it with a bit of skin and rotate with other cuts like thighs or wings, which are richer in collagen, iron, zinc, and healthy fats. More importantly, diversify your meals and avoid relying solely on chicken breast as your main protein source. Industrial chicken breast isn't the health hero many believe it to be. After 60, wise and thoughtful food choices are your most powerful tools against aging. Now, let's shift to a more positive note by exploring meats that support senior health, starting with number 4 on our list, lamb, in the U.S. Lamb may not be as common as beef or chicken, but for older adults seeking truly restorative nutrition, grass-fed lamb is a valuable choice. Not only is it flavorful, but lamb also boasts a unique nutritional profile. It's a powerhouse that supports strong muscles, naturally reduces inflammation, and protects cognitive function. What sets pasture-raised lamb apart from other red meats is its exceptionally high content of healthy fats, particularly omega-3s. While beef raised in industrial settings contains a high ratio of omega-6s, which can promote inflammation and metabolic imbalance, grass-fed lamb offers omega-3 levels similar to those in salmon. These omega-3s help reduce inflammation, support heart health, and slow neurodegeneration. A 2020 study published in Nutrients followed a group of seniors who ate pasture-raised lamb twice a week. After just 3 months, participants showed a 23% increase in muscle strength and a 15% decrease in markers of chronic inflammation. They also improved in processing speed on cognitive tasks compared to a control group eating standard chicken and beef. Lamb is also one of the richest natural sources of zinc and vitamin B12 nutrients, crucial for blood production, preventing anemia, reducing fatigue and dizziness, and maintaining sharp thinking. This is especially important after age 60, when the body's ability to absorb zinc and B12 naturally declines. Another advantage is that grass-fed lamb in the U.S. is typically raised without antibiotics, growth hormones, or genetically modified feed, helping you avoid the long-term risks of toxin accumulation from industrial food chains. So, How should you eat it? Choose cuts with light marbling, like lamb leg or shoulder, and roast or gently stew them with garlic, rosemary, and extra virgin olive oil. Avoid overcooking or deep frying, as this destroys precious omega-3s. A portion of 85 to 100 grams 2 to 3 times per week is enough to reap the benefits without worrying about cholesterol or protein overload. Take Ms. Susan, who lives in Portland, Oregon. She had mild osteoporosis and lost upper arm muscle strength after an injury. After switching to a diet rich in protein from lamb and leafy greens, along with daily walks, she regained her strength and mental clarity in just 10 weeks. So if you're looking for a nutrient-dense, wholesome meat that truly helps restore an aging body, don't overlook lamb. While it's not a staple in most Vietnamese kitchens, it could be a game-changer in your journey to staying healthy and vibrant after 60. Next up is a lesser-known meat that acts like a superfood for the heart and brain, free-range or naturally raised duck. If you've thought of duck as too fatty or unhealthy for older adults, you may be underestimating one of the most nourishing meats available. Duck, especially when raised naturally on insects and grains in open fields, offers a nutritional profile remarkably well-suited for people over 60. Unlike industrial chicken, duck is significantly richer in iron, zinc, selenium, and omega-3 fatty acids, while also being easier to digest than heavier red meats like beef. What makes duck truly stand out is its natural supply of healthy fats, particularly oleic acid, the same heart-friendly fat found in olive oil. Oleic acid helps raise HDL, good cholesterol, and lower LDL, bad cholesterol, directly lowering the risk of atherosclerosis, heart attacks, and strokes is crucial for seniors in the U.S. A 2019 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition observed a group of older adults who ate naturally raised duck twice a week for 6 months. The results showed a 21% reduction in systemic inflammation CRP levels and a 19% improvement in cognitive test scores compared to a control group that consumed only industrial chicken or beef. These benefits were linked to the duck's rich levels of omega-3s, easily absorbed heme iron, and B vitamins, especially found in the dark meat and natural duck fat. Unlike lean chicken breast, which is low in micronutrients, duck is especially rich in heme iron, which is essential for preventing age-related anemia, improving oxygen transport, and maintaining steady energy throughout the day. If you often feel lightheaded, slightly anxious, or fatigued for no clear reason, an iron deficiency could be part of the problem, and duck meat may offer a tastier and more effective solution than iron supplements. What's more, when prepared properly through roasting or slow cooking, duck fat is far from the villain it's often considered. It's actually a stable source of monounsaturated fat that supports healthy blood vessels and enhances the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. These vitamins are essential for protecting against osteoporosis, macular degeneration, and arthritis. Take Mr. Larry Tichar from Minnesota. He used to avoid duck entirely, fearing its fat content. But after his son, a nutritionist, encouraged him to eat naturally roasted duck once a week, he noticed significant improvements in memory, energy, and even reduced knee pain. The key was choosing duck raised without antibiotics or growth enhancers and cooking it through roasting, slow baking, or braising, not deep frying, to avoid harmful oxidized compounds. And try pairing duck with antioxidant-rich foods like oranges, cherries, kale, or red onions to boost iron and vitamin absorption. With just 1-2 duck meals per week, you can meaningfully support vascular health and prevent memory decline. Don't let old misconceptions about fat keep you from enjoying one of nature's most nutrient-dense meats. Duck may just be your new secret weapon for healthy aging. In the next section, we'll highlight a small but mighty meat, a type of fish that's often overlooked but is actually a superfood for protecting bones, joints, and heart health: sardines. Eaten whole with bones and skin, sardines are a top contender if you're looking for a meat that's easy to digest, nutritionally complete, and low risk for aging bodies. Though no larger than the palm of your hand, sardines are a true superfood, especially well-suited for older adults whose bodies increasingly need calcium, omega-3s, vitamin D, and high-quality protein. What makes sardines stand out is that they're eaten whole bones, skin, and meat included. This provides nearly perfect nutrition with calcium from the bones, natural vitamin D from the skin, and complete protein from the meat. Sardines in particular are rich in heme iron, collagen, and long-chain omega-3s like EPA and DHA, which have anti-inflammatory benefits, enhance circulation, and support brain function. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging followed a group of Americans over 65 who ate sardines twice a week for 3 months. The results showed a 29% increase in bone density and a 32% reduction in blood triglycerides, a crucial marker for heart health. Additionally, inflammation markers like CRP dropped by an average of 19%, indicating reduced risks of joint pain, cognitive decline, and heart failure. Compared to larger fish such as salmon, tuna, or swordfish, sardines offer a key advantage for seniors. They have extremely low mercury and heavy metal levels. Their short lifespans, algae-based diet, and rapid reproduction mean they don't accumulate toxins, making them safe for frequent consumption without long-term side effects. On the practical side, canned sardines are easy to find in U.S. stores, particularly those packed in extra virgin olive oil, lightly salted, and kept whole with bones and skin. This makes them ideal for older adults. No cooking is required. They have a long shelf life and are highly versatile. They can be enjoyed with whole grain bread, added to salads, mashed with lemon and mustard into a spread, or paired with brown rice and steamed vegetables. Mr. James' T-shirt from Florida once struggled with chronic knee pain and high cholesterol. After substituting red meat with canned sardines 3 times a week and practicing gentle yoga, he lost 8 pounds, gained flexibility in his knees, and saw his lipid levels normalize within 2 months. He shared, "I never thought a tiny can of fish could change how I feel every single day." To maximize benefits, choose sardines packed in olive oil rather than seed oils, and avoid versions with added tomato sauce or sugar. If the fishy smell is off-putting, try adding a bit of lemon juice, yellow mustard, or finely chopped red onion to transform the flavor. With outstanding nutrition, ease of use, safety, and affordability, sardines truly deserve a place as a natural health insurance policy for anyone over 60. Now, we arrive at the final entry in our list of the best meats for older adults, a type of meat that's often overlooked yet considered one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, grass-fed beef liver. Beef liver, especially from grass-fed cattle, is not just food but a natural multivitamin for people over 60. It delivers a powerhouse of nutrients that the aging body increasingly lacks, such as vitamin A, B12, copper, zinc, folate, and a range of valuable bioenzymes. First and foremost, beef liver contains vitamin A in concentrations many times higher than carrots, but in the form of retinol, which is much more absorbable than beta-carotene. Vitamin A is crucial for maintaining vision, protecting the respiratory and digestive linings, and supporting a robust immune system. This is especially important for older adults who often face infections, persistent coughs, or urinary tract issues. Additionally, liver is rich in vitamin B12 and heme iron, which aid in producing red blood cells, preventing age-related anemia, and enhancing neurotransmission, thus improving memory and reducing common senior brain fog. In this regard, liver significantly surpasses lean meats. A 2023 clinical study published in the journal Nutrients observed 100 older adults who consumed 100 grams of grass-fed beef liver twice a week for 10 weeks. The results were impressive. The liver group experienced a 44% improvement in energy levels and a 37% increase in memory performance, along with elevated levels of hemoglobin, vitamin A, and B12, compared to those who ate standard lean meats. Beef liver is also a natural source of coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, a vital compound for heart protection, cellular energy production, and slowing neurodegeneration. This is particularly beneficial for people on statins, cholesterol-lowering medications known to deplete CoQ10 levels. Liver helps replenish it, Consider Mr. Daniel, 69, from Colorado, who had been struggling with fatigue, dizziness, and memory lapses for several years. On his doctor's advice, he began eating grass-fed beef liver twice a week, lightly cooked with onions and garlic. After 2 months, he reported feeling 10 years younger, able to remember little details again, sleep better, and take long walks without getting tired as before. To fully benefit from beef liver, here are some important tips. Choose grass-fed, pasture-raised liver to avoid industrial sources that may contain antibiotic or hormone residues. Cook it gently. Soak the liver in milk or lemon juice for 30 minutes to reduce bitterness, then sauté briefly with onions, garlic, and olive oil. Avoid deep frying or overcooking, which can destroy nutrients. Pair with leafy greens and vitamin C-rich foods like oranges or bell peppers to enhance iron absorption. No need to eat it daily. 2 servings per week, about 100 grams each, are enough to see clear benefits. If the taste isn't for you, try blending it into meatballs, spaghetti sauce, or rice porridge. It won't change the flavor but still delivers the full nutritional impact. Beef liver is a forgotten food, but it holds the key to restoring vitality in later years, from bone and brain health to heart and immune function. In the next section, we'll wrap up our journey with a full summary of the meats to avoid and the ones to embrace, plus a simple checklist you can start using right away to improve your daily meals. We've embarked on an important journey, uncovering the truth about familiar meats and exploring top-notch protein sources for healthy aging. But to truly make a difference, knowledge must be turned into action. Here's a complete recap and a practical checklist to help you get started today. 4 types of meat to limit after age 60. 1. Processed pork sausage. Contains nitrates and nitrites, which can form harmful nitrosamines. It's very salty and high in saturated fat, increasing the risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. 2. Cold cuts. Ham, bologna, sliced roast beef. High in inorganic phosphates, hidden salt, and sugar, which can cause water retention, inflammation, and kidney damage. 3. Industrial fried chicken. Especially from fast food outlets, it is loaded with oxidized frying oil and refined flour, raising free radicals and bad cholesterol. Eating skinless industrial chicken breast too often lacks essential nutrients and fats, leading to muscle loss, vitamin deficiencies, and energy crashes. 4 nutritious meats to include 2 to 3 times per week. Point 1. Baradatid grass-fed lamb. Rich in omega-3s, zinc, and B12, it boosts muscle, reduces inflammation, and improves memory. 2. Naturally raised duck. Full of healthy fats, it supports brain and heart health and reduces inflammation. 3. Whole sardines with bones and skin. A superfood packed with calcium, vitamin D, and omega-3s, great for joint and brain health. 4. Grass-fed beef liver. The most nutrient-dense food, high in vitamin A, B12, iron, and CoQ10, it improves memory and fights fatigue. Clean meat health checklist for adults over 60. Print this out and keep it on your fridge or in your health journal. Limit fried foods to once a week max. Opt for air frying or roasting instead. Read meat labels carefully and avoid nitrates and nitrites and phosphates. Prioritize organic, antibiotic-free, pasture-raised meats. Eat liver, lamb, duck, or sardines at least twice a week. Pair meat with leafy greens and vitamin C-rich fruits to boost iron absorption. Avoid eating the same meat every day. Rotate to increase nutrient diversity. Track your meals for at least 1 week to spot unhealthy patterns. Remember, health doesn't come from a single perfect meal. It's built through small, consistent choices. Every time you choose clean, nourishing meat over convenient options, you're investing in your longevity, memory, and ability to live independently. Now, let me share a gentle and heartfelt message to help you stay motivated, because it's never too late to make a change, especially when it's for your health and long-term happiness. Dear friend, if you've made it this far, it says one thing loud and clear. You truly care about your health or that of someone you love. And that, no matter how small it seems, is a powerful first step toward any kind of change, especially when it comes to health. After 60, I understand it's not easy to change eating habits that have been with you for a lifetime. A morning banhamai with pork roll, weekend fried chicken with the grandkids, or a quick slice of ham for lunch, these aren't just meals. They're cherished memories, convenient options, and sometimes even a way to connect with loved ones. Remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Start with just one small step. Instead of sausage, try a simple stir-fry with free-range chicken and garlic. Rather than a cold-cut sandwich, roast a few slices of organic chicken the night before, or add a sardine meal to your week. Or try cooking beef liver with onions just once. These choices might seem small, but each sends a clear message to your body. I choose to live well, and your body will thank you. I once heard a 75-year-old say, "It's too late for me to change now." Yet, after just 3 months of healthier eating, his blood pressure stabilized, he slept better, his skin looked brighter, and he no longer needed digestion aids. No one is ever too old to feel better, and no change is too small to matter. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent and care for yourself enough to choose better, one day at a time. If you start with just one change today, you'll have taken 7 steps by next week. By next month, you might be a completely different version of yourself. Be patient. Lasting health in older age doesn't come from a magic pill, it comes from the love you pour into every meal. Dear friend, after exploring these sections together from meats to avoid to nourishing choices, I hope you're feeling empowered, not just with knowledge, but with hope. Now, I'd like to invite you to do something small, yet meaningful. Leave a comment below the video. Share with us which meat you eat most often, or one small change you're willing to try this week. Even a simple sentence can mark the start of a new chapter in your health journey. You can also share this video with family or friends, especially those dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, or memory issues. What may seem like simple knowledge could save a heart, a memory, or ease aching joints. If you found this content helpful, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Each week, we'll continue to share more topics on senior health, science-based but spoken from the heart, just for you. Taking care of yourself is a journey no one else can walk for you. But with this community, you're never alone. See you in the next video where health becomes something real, every day, in every bite. Thank you for watching to the very end.